So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi, everyone. The excitement has really picked up now, and I'm eager for the action to start.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. The lineup we have suggests it's going to be a 4-5-1 formation, Jim.
Well, this setup, Peter, can be very defensive if that midfield is in place purely to form a protective layer in front of the back four. But it can also be the launchpad to very quick counter-attacks. If you can offer pace and accuracy on the front foot, it can have a devastating effect, actually, at the offensive end of the pitch too.
And we're underway. Over to the other side.
Well spotted.
Almada. Out Solot. Great vision. Almada is wide and looking to get onto this. Belaid. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
No, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery. He won't be happy with that one.
Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet, because neither attack has turned up.
Strokes it back. That has not gone well. Space for him to turn and look. And that's aimed into the middle. Punched away. Driving forward. Oh, good spread. Belaid. Baina. This might spell danger. "15 minutes till half-time. Knocks it into space. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Out Solot. Baina. Belaid. Shot! Goal! Goal! And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Gol. Marcó en el minuto 36 El dorsal 29.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
And it's Baina. No, that's been intercepted. Baina. And that has left him in a heap. Oh, it's taken out. That'll be a foul. You knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. 1-0 the score.
2 minutos de descuento.
Passing is crisp and sharp. And we've reached half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead, and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Yeah, on the face of it, it looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won, and a minor tweak may be all it needs to change it.
So it has been pretty frantic here. Everybody eagerly awaiting the start of the second half. And the shot! Good, strong hand by the keeper. It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And he's managed to get rid. And the counter is on. Out of play for a throw. Still just a single goal between the sides. Here's Ito. Pubil. It's a pretty loose pass. Just about up to the hour now. Strong running down that left flank. Almada. Tries to pass it through. Your impression so... Oh, terrible pass. Oh, it's come loose. Distributed tidily. Belaid. Great defending, strong and determined. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Still just that single goal, and we are nearly done. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? And that's gone behind for a goal kick.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal
So
9.
changes afoot here, and from both sides.
El dorsal 29. Serán
The most accurate pass.
El dorsal 19.
Chance for Ito.
El dorsal
He's in a
20.
great position here. Drills one, chance for a shot! And that's a good finish. They have stolen level at the last. A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball, and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
Well, those players out there must be exhausted now, Peter, but at least they have momentum, which augurs well if this goes to extra time. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Goes for a shot! Incredible! Just incredible! Oh, that has got to be it! This has to be it! Pressure? What pressure? He feels none of it.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
And that's that. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all love to come and see. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, overconfidence and/or cockiness should never be allowed to filter into a dressing room, but they failed to heed the warning.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
The famous yellow wall stands tall. This has to be one of the most iconic places in European football. So we're very much on the way now. Shot a goal! Well, he's had a decent crack at it.
Just couldn't quite control it. Nothing wrong with the height and the contact.
Schüller tries to clear. Borussia Dortmund have the chance to go the other way. Shot could be on. Oh, that's fabulous. Chukwuemeka! They've got to be quick to recover this. Could move up a gear here. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Passing is crisp and sharp. This looks promising. And he's managed to get free. Chance for a shot! And it's a goal! Well, it would have been harder to miss.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
So the first moment of real significance.
Yeah, and just...
And the finish! And it's in! A game of drills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
So smooth, a signature finish. Ascende! Didn't quite get enough on that.
Well, it really shouldn't be allowed to happen again. It needs to be dealt with at source.
Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. Sabitzer. Now it's Fabio Silva. Threads one in. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Borussia Dortmund clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Oh, sweet feet. Now it's Sabitzer. It's a threatening ball. And a chance! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a doddle. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
Borussia Dortmund with the lead.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
Sabitzer. And he skips past his man. Just the keeper in his way. Great ball. There's the shot. It's a goal. They're level in a trice.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
Terrific goal. What a super sharp finish.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
And the referee has signalled for half-time. Borussia Dortmund are involved in a terrific contest here. It's been a slugfest and a half. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, I can tell you it's been a wonderful watch, Peter. I'm not complaining. The goals just seem to keep on coming. It clearly means that defending hasn't been at its best, but you know what I'm like when it comes to defending.
So, really enthralling 45 minutes, beautifully poised for the 45 to follow. The score at half-time, 2-2. He's having a shot! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he was quick to react. Fernandez. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Laid out to the left flank. Plays it across. That's a decent clearance. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, the manager must be thinking to himself whether he's got a game changer on that bench, and he needs to act quickly.
Ascende, looking understandably energised after his goal.
Substitution.
Fernandez. That's a throw. Borussia Dortmund choosing to make the first change.
Well, I think he'll undoubtedly add more movement and fluidity in the final third with his passing range.
That's a good run down the left. He's got away. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. The ball has bounced loose now. And he's in on goal. Can he finish?
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Knocks it into space.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Oh, super ball. Oh, this is real chance. Oh, that could be pivotal. So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it? Pressure, what pressure? He feels none of it.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
Well, they've done the hard part, now to survive the last few minutes.
Well, these last few moments are going to be pretty frantic, I would think, as the opposition try tooth and nail to get back into this. We're never done till it's completely done.
Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. Ascending. And after a brief check, the referee blows his whistle. Borussia Dortmund played more than a part in what has been a very exciting game. A game that began so promisingly from their perspective, but they are leaving here feeling utterly deflated. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
They just turned up with the wrong mentality, Peter. They got complacent.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game, it's Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
Well, I wouldn't just look at this being another friendly, Peter.
Is that your own experience?
Yeah, if the opposition played like they meant business, we were obliged to return the favour. I don't think there's much difference here.
Things already rolling. Out towards the flank. He is just caressing the ball. Hall.
Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
He's picked his way through. Oh, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Palmer. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Anthony Elanga is a player who's learning the game for me, Peter. He produces moments of magic, but he also produces mistakes, which is often associated with a player so young. He left Sweden at an extremely young age. I think he was 12 when he moved to Manchester, but he's progressed through the age groups and he's making his mark now at the top level. He just needs consistency to be added.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. Alex Fernandez. Caicedo. And the shot's on here.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Elanga. Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. That's a nicely shaped ball. And he's managed to get free. Delivered low.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Botman. Miley. Palmer. Gusto. And the counter is on. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? He is through here. Gusto finding himself in space. And it's Palmer. Can he finish? Oof, that's close, and that will be the last of it. It's half-time. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. So there was the first half.
Chelsea really can be happy with the strong finish to the half and have no reason to be upset with their overall performance. I think they just need to keep going now, stick at it, and eventually they'll get a break.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Chelsea are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Fernandez. Now it's Pedro Neto. Palmer. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Opts for safety. Cucurella. Now it's Pedro Neto. Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Yes, 0-0 and little promise of a goal due to the shot-shy nature of this contest, but I'm not giving up on it. There's
chance, surely! Goal! What a delicious finish. That is immaculate.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
Newcastle can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Yeah, I think he's been told to play that role of the tactical pivot, spraying the ball about sometimes, driving it forward from the middle of the park.
Chelsea have broken through. It's 1-0.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable.
Played into space.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Getting up there! And there's a goal! And the lead lost no time at all.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
After 75
The
minutes,
movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
coming on the field,
It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Now that's a real chance missed.
Estevao has delivered a really costly miss. It could have been their last chance to win it.
Well, there's the clearance. Excellent challenge there. Oh, shooting chance! And with the goal at his mercy, a dreadful miss.
Well, let's just consider that one a rangefinder, Peter. It certainly wasn't troubling the goalkeeper.
Livramento. No, that's been intercepted. The final 5 minutes. Nicely weighted ball. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off.
Oh, this is a Hollywood or bust corner. The final whistle is up next.
Cleared away.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Oh, what a ball! He's been bundled over. That is a foul. The referee's come over. It's a red card. Chelsea are down to 10 men.
Disappointing, very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
He's gone for goal. So that means another 30 minutes football. Well, still no winner, Jim.
Well, look, this has been a hard-fought encounter, Peter, so mistakes are far more likely over the next 30 minutes.
Number 25.
So a brief break, and then we will be back for more. And if you're just back, the action is back underway already. Chelsea pay the price for failing to close out the match in normal time. Can they avoid the same fate here, where the consequences are still more serious? Pato. Sugo. Joao Pedro. Oh, good spread. Good ball, good take. Murphy, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Newcastle ran themselves into the... So there's the whistle, and we will have a brief break.
Please report to the staff room
On the side, able to conjure up a telling moment, and we are where we are. This is the last chance to win it. And we're off for the final time. Well, this really has been an epic encounter, and there are some tired limbs out there. How much more can the players give? Risa.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Bruno Guimaraes. Space for him to turn and look. Here comes... Oh, good effort! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. That pass has been well intercepted. Guyu. Nicely spread. And it's James. James stood his ground strongly. Well, there it is, the whistle. No avoiding penalties. Well, Jim, what say you after all of this?
It's a big well done to both defences for refusing to buckle under the pressure. Fatigue with focus is not the norm.
So time to shake the weariness out of those limbs and to engage with focus. It's penalty kicks. And he has done his bit.
That's the example they will want to follow.
Risa, the next man to walk up to the spot. Big character, big moment, big save. Well, whatever he did, it worked, did it not, Jim?
Gamesmanship or not, Peter, whatever he did worked a treat.
Up by 2. The lead now is 2.
Well, this is effectively a very welcome cushion, Peter.
Oh, great save! That is a great save! Garnacho is third in line. No! Denied remarkably!
Well, he had a little look at the goalkeeper, and maybe that put him off.
So down by 2, another miss can be game, set and match. Oh, that's a great get by the keeper.
Well, it was a possibility of happening like that, the way he was moving beforehand. Very good save. This to win it. No pressure, of course.
Oh, he saved it!
I think some mind games were played there, Peter. It certainly did the trick.
The margin of error is 0. Yes, that's how you do it.
Good penalty. The keeper might have done him a favour in committing just a bit early. It's all about his mindset now.
Oh, brilliant. He had to save it, and he did. That is how you answer the call.
Well, Peter, I think he did well to hold his nerve then. Probably gave him that important edge.
Sticks it away. And that takes us to sudden death. A huge pressure penalty, reserved only for the bravest of men. That's a brilliant read. Oh, talk about coming up with the goods.
Gamesmanship or not, Peter, whatever he did worked the treat. Everyone here are holding their breath.
And that will do it.
Well, that's just wonderful, Peter. The pressure was on, but that's just superb mentality. The mindset did stay strong.
So it has all ended in hurt. The team played their part in a terrific struggle, admirably at times, but when it all mattered, they have fallen ever so slightly short. So, Jim, quite a game, decided in the end, in the only way it could have been.
It's a tough one to take, Peter. The players will be feeling like the better side lost, and to some extent that's true. I don't think they did an awful lot wrong.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. We're up and running then. Mullen! There it is! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing. It is a super start. So far, so very good. Tiara. So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Well, that looks a decent ball.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Goal kick. No, I stand corrected, it's a corner. Torgan Hazard plays it short. And now they can spring out of defence. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Now it's Hazard. He's looking wide. Space for him to turn and look. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Soulé. El Shaarawy. It's El Shaarawy! Oh, how's that for a goal? He's got himself an absolute peach. And they're threatening to fly away here. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Yeah, tempted and teased the keeper into thinking he could get to it, but it just eased away to catch the inside of the post.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go...
Torgan Hazard! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Hazard actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Celik. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. And El-Nawi. That's a good ball out wide. El Shaarawy! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Augustinson. Oh, good spread. It's a pretty loose pass. And for the first half, that is that. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Well, who could have predicted a scoreline like this after just 45 minutes? The sides separated by 2. And so the action is resumed. Mancini did just about enough to come out on top there. Now the party over. Oh, a gilt-edged chance! It's El Shaarawy! It's bounced back off the post. That has been slung wide. And it's El Shaarawy. El Shaarawy charging forward, the ball at his feet. So 2-0 the scoreline early after half-time. Not the most accurate pass. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. El-Nawi is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Can he get on the end of this? Lovely feet. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. He shifted it to the flank. Flings it across. And the keeper gets his hands on it. Now it's Hazard. Spread to the right. Now it's Hazard. Tries one from range. And he couldn't quite find the target.
Well, that was the one I actually thought he was going to produce. It's a good effort keeping it down like that.
Looking for options for movement. He's on it, can he get away? Marlon makes a dash for it. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Ahead by 2 and just about into the home straight. Augustinsson. Thinks one through. Oh, well played, well played. Indica. Chance here to counter. Oh, that's a key interception. And that will be the final act. So smiles all round as they shamelessly indulge in the post-whistle euphoria. A win achieved through the right balance of industry and inspiration. A really satisfying day's work. El Shaarawy taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. Your reflections then, Jim? So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. It is a true heavyweight clash.
Well, it certainly doesn't feel like a friendly to me, Peter.
The atmosphere, absolutely that of a premium contest.
Yeah, and this crowd are demanding the most from their players, and it looks like they might get what they came for.
And we're underway. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Nicolas Otamendi. He's a fine defender, both in the air and on the ground, and a real tough competitor who loves a physical duel. He knows how to pick out a pass too, and he'd be looking to get his team moving forward as soon as any opposition attack breaks down. He often likes to step into midfield.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Looking for a runner, floated through, and into the grateful arms of the keeper.
Well, both teams are proceeding with caution, but there's plenty of time to wait for some attacking purpose.
And he's intervened well there.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Orsolini going forward. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
Freuler wins the duel this time. Orsolini. Can he spark a counter here? Here's Pobega. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Pobega unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Barreiro. Change of plan here, perhaps.
He's got no choice here. He had to go backwards.
Anyone who's joined us late, I can confirm that in terms of goals, at least you've missed nothing. Orsolini looking to pass their way up the pitch. Looking for options for movement. Barreiro. Good purposeful running this. Freuler. That's it, 45 minutes up. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancel each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, it's been nothing but frustration, really, Peter. I think the team as a whole has to take more risks, but they really need to up their quality too.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. So straight into the second half.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Plays it across. That has been knocked clear. Nicely shaped ball. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Still absolutely nothing to report here, goals-wise. And it's slung out wide. Looking for the run. He can run onto that.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Well, I think both teams can help themselves massively with better movement up front, Peter. There's just not enough happening at the moment. And essentially, their job is to find space, and that needs to start happening.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Yeah, it was pretty clear the manager's not been getting what he wants out of his players, so a substitution was going to come. I think it could have been sooner.
Barreiro. Benfica are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise.
Well, you can only assume that the manager's got those substitutions on his mind. Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Chance! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Substituição para o Benfica. Número 18.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Número 10.
Juan Miranda. Benfica have, after this, one further opportunity to make a substitution. He's got away. Rowe wants to run onto this.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Now it's Rowe. Lukebakio tries to pass it through. Oh, that's a key interception. Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. He's had it taken off him. So that means another 30 minutes football. So, Jim, any strong opinions after all of that?
Well, the scoreline may have a disappointing look about it, Peter, but that's where it ends. I think this game has had a real lively feel, and I'm not ready to give up on it yet.
So no winner at full time. We will be going the distance.
And if you're just back, well, the action is back underway already.
Driving forward. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, that's neat. And it's Silva. And the shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, he's given that plenty, but no. And it is half-time in extra time. Halfway through extra time, and still we are deadlocked. Is it time for a hero to step up and to grab the headlines here?
Well, we are already up and running again.
105 minutes of deadlock, 15 minutes to break it. That is a great pick out. Goes for a shot! Oh, wow, that's crazy! Mass euphoria! Ecstasy! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, it's better late than never, Peter, and that's potentially decisive now. Bologna nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
That is good strength. Rafa Silva. Chance for a shot! And that's a good finish. And right near the end, we have parity. Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the fight.
And that is that. There is only one way to decide this now. Benfica tie it up just about.
Well, Peter, I think you can only be amazed with the level of endeavour and industry shown by everyone here. OK, two sides ultimately cancelled each other out, but I think everyone has put in a hell of a shift here.
So time to shake the weariness out of those limbs, and he does it with poise.
That's the example they will want to follow.
Bernardeschi is the next man in the spotlight. Great stop! And the keeper punches the air.
I think some mind games were played there, Peter. It certainly did the trick.
Benfica are putting real pressure on here if they put this away. Up by 2. 2 up.
A great position now, but still work to be done.
So down by 2, another miss can be game, set and match. Oh, you're not going to save that.
Looks like he's done it 1,000 times. Never looked like missing.
Benfica are looking for comfort. Great penalty, outwitted the keeper. They're up by 2.
Well, this is effectively a very welcome cushion, Peter. Good penalty. The keeper might have done him a favour in committing just a bit early.
This to double their advantage. that is a giant step towards the line.
A great position now, but still work to be done.
This to stay in it. Saved! And that will be that! Benfica have won it by the barest of margins. Two sides more or less inseparable until the final kick of the ball from the spot. So, Jim, quite a game, decided in the end in the only way it could have been.
Well, Peter, those players knew they were in for a battle, and you can finally sense this kind of collective release from them here. They could have made their lives easier by making